Good morning, this is Wayne Belisle with another smart profit maximizing moment. Got up this morning, the sun was barely breaking the horizon. Gotta love daylight savings time. I hate getting out of bed when it's dark, don't you? It's like if the sun hasn't gotten up, why haven't I? Why am I? Anyways, gotta take the dog for a walk, get my little exercise in, get ready, and welcome you guys. I mean, it's pretty much means spring coming, doesn't it? Sometimes it's hard to tell, but in El Paso it does. Look, we all as business owners have 18, 25, 200 things we need to do every day. We wear so many hats. We're the salesperson, we're the bottle washer, we're the cook, we're the janitor, we're everything, all right? Or we have to be in charge of everything. It's simply that you have to control your time. We only have 24/7. Why do some people just get so much more done than other people? Well, it's really because they've learned something important. And I had to learn it the hard day. I woke up one day and realized I didn't control any of my time. Everyone else did. Being in a service business, I assumed it was my duty to drop everything and answer every single phone call, mail, email, or walk-in question. I thought this would help me grow my business. In truth, since I didn't value my time, nobody else did either. All right? As a CPA, all I can do is sell my knowledge and my time. I had to start treating both like the valuable resource they are. Over the years, I've read tons of time management books, all right? And I can honestly say most of them are useless unless you're motivated to make that change, to take control of your time, okay? Others, well, if you don't, others will continue to decide how you're going to invest your time. One warning, don't be rude about it. Okay, I found that explaining why you do something when the customer, client, patient first hires you is the key, and reminding them when they have trouble getting a hold of you or whatever. I start the relationship by explaining that the only way I can do my best work is by controlling the interruptions, all right? I only return phone calls once a day. I only respond to emails at the end of the day or at the beginning, one or the other. I don't do both. I then go on to tell them that if they have an emergency, the best thing to do is to speak to my assistant. So I tell them how to get a hold of me, and they will relay the message. I also now have an Apple Watch. I had it for a while. Give out my cell number. Tell them I won't answer it, almost never, unless I'm going in between appointments or something like that. But I will see it on, if they text me, I will see it on here and I can get them a quick text back, or we can schedule a time to talk. You're in the service business, okay? Every business is a service business, let's be honest about it. Even if you sell a product, you're in the service business. Now, I sat down one time and really created my own 25 tips for controlling my time. I'm going to give them to you, adapt them, take them, reject them. They work for me. And that's the key. Out of all the time management books out there, the key is to get something that works for you, okay? I schedule blocks of time to get projects done. During that time, I don't allow interruptions, don't answer the phone, don't check email. My job is to get something done. I say no to drop-ins. Just say, do you have a minute? I'll go. Or one quick question. We all know it's never going to be a minute, all right? It's really just one question. So I say no. Tell them I'm on a tight deadline and we'll have to set up an appointment. Be firm. If you must talk to them now, set a time limit. Like, hey man, I got 2 minutes. I got to get back to work. Or I got a phone call I got to get on. Leave the office. If you have a project with a time deadline, do it somewhere else. Get out of the office. Don't answer the phone. Really, it's not against the law. Okay? The phone is, when it rings, is an invitation to talk. Reject it if it's not convenient at this time. All right? Don't check email or social media during scheduled work time. Everybody knows, you can just go down a rat hole and never come back up. Create a VIP list of who can interrupt you, starting for me with my spouse. I've been married 41, going on 42 years. Not stupid. Always take the boss's phone call. Delegate the answering of all but the most important phone calls. It was a week, this didn't happen last week, it is when I wrote it, but it's not unusual either. Go to lunch for an hour and a half, whatever I decide to take that day, because I work late. I take a break in the middle of the day. Came back, had 19 messages. Assuming each one took 5 minutes, or 10 minutes to handle a problem, I'd be there 5 hours, okay? This happens most days during our busy season, so be brutal. Redirect as many calls as you can to your staff. Start and stop meetings on time. Don't be late. Don't tolerate meetings that run late. If you have a meeting with someone that run late, set a timer. If you allocate a half hour, that's all you can spend. If they come in 20 minutes late, let them know that you have only 10 minutes left and get started. Remember, if you don't value your time, they won't either. Don't answer your employees' questions. I don't. unless they have a thought. Now, if it's just something simple, I don't mean that, like, hey, what time are we opening Saturday? Something stupid like that. Well, you're the one that has to make that decision. But in my business, if they ask me a tax question, I tell them, go look it up, come to me with an answer, see what you think. That's the only way they're going to learn. All right? Minimize meetings. No greater waste of time in business world than meetings. So try to put them off. Do them by phone. Do whatever you can. Warning, don't include your customers. Always meet with them if you can. Use prioritized list to track your work. All right, put a list together. Use as many as you need. Have different lists. I have one for different types of clients. Use a tickler file on my phone. There's one I use. It's called Things. I just throw them in there and forget about them. I don't have to worry about them. And I put a date on it so it reminds me on that date. Eliminate as much travel as possible. I don't go anywhere if I can help it. Use Skype, go to Meeting, Google Hangouts, whatever. There's so many productivity tools out there. Training, do it remotely. We do a lot of QuickBooks questions we get. And one time where I drove 45 minutes to the west side from my side, it took me 5 minutes to figure out what was wrong. We couldn't seem to do it over the phone. If I would have been able to see it, I would have solved it. We don't do that anymore. Block time for yourself. Make appointments with yourself. We all do a good job of keeping appointments with others. Do an appointment for yourself to increase your profits. That's why you do it. So at least once a week, put some time for you to work on your business, increasing profits. Group like projects together. It takes us all time to get up to speed. So put all your projects together that are similar. Like I review all my returns on the weekend, usually Friday, Saturday. And I get in a gear. Boom, 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 boom. And I can move them out. Set deadlines. Set deadlines on everything I do. The pressure to finish on time forces me to eliminate the fluff and the interruptions. I take all my work projects and set a time budget at the beginning of each one. All right? Stop trying to be perfect. For most things, good is good enough. It's simple as that. Plan out the week in advance as much as possible. Block the time and don't deviate. Any new appointment must be in the following week unless it's clear to me that it's really an emergency. Again, blood or fire better be part of the emergency. All appointments are scheduled according to work demands. Block time for appointments that your assistant can fill. When they are filled, they should skip to the next week. All right, simple as that. Work on the most important things first while you're fresh. Streamline your processes. We put processes together to finish tax returns. We really do 500 to 600 tax returns with basically 3 people. All right, 2 people preparing and 1 person putting them together. Delegate or outsource everything you can. Delegate parts of the projects. I just finished work for corporate extension tax deadline, or I'm about to. Doing the average return takes 10 hours or more. About a third of that time is matching last year's return and cleaning up the obvious errors. This I delegate. Simple as that. Make decisions quickly and firmly. Nothing, don't waste a lot of time on that. Just make the decision. All right. I've seen business owners just lock themselves up because what if I do this? Then this might happen. Nothing's unfixable, unless it's a major life or death decision. Just make a decision and see what happens. Results are all that matters. Focus all your goals on your goals and make your decisions with them in mind. Keep the end goal in sight, gives you purpose and helps you press on to get things complete. This is a big difference between successful people and those that aren't. Successful people complete the things that help them achieve their goals. They know that all other tasks are just busy work. Hey, I threw a lot at you. Re-listen to this, adapt your own. But like I said, time is your most valuable asset. Make sure you manage it. Hey, until next time, this is Wayne Blau saying, let's make this our most profitable year ever. Thank you very much.